I want to tell you something. As someone who has had chronic anxiety and health problems for years, I am so grateful to now be a super busy entrepreneur who's going nonstop from 6 a.m. till midnight. In fact, it's after midnight as I'm making this video, and I never seem to get tired. You may be feeling the way I used to, like life is always a bit too much or even working against you. So I wanted to share with you one of the secrets that have been keeping me safe, sane, and supported inside my head and thriving no matter what happens in my business or life. I'm Shawn Mashey, self-solidarity coach and CEO of Thrive This Time, No Matter What. The habit that I want to talk to you about is when you first wake up, it's really amazing if you can do what I learned to do through years of chronic illness, and as I was coming out of it by learning how to question the thinking that was driving me into anxiety and destroying my immune system. So I check in with my body and be with it and in it. Even if there are parts that scare me a bit because they feel like my old symptoms or tell me a story that my situation isn't going to work out or something is going wrong, be with those parts. Feel them where they are. Maybe it's your throat, maybe it's your stomach, maybe your heart feels heavy, or you've got just too much spinning around in your head, and just go and be with and inhabit those places as if they are children trying to tell you something. So a lot of people would say, just shut out that, don't listen to it, cancel it. If that's something that works and you can just catch yourself and move out of that thought, that's fine. But if it's at all tenacious, to me that symbolizes the littlest parts of you. If it's being held in your body, that somewhere along the line, it wasn't safe to feel those feelings, so you learned how to somaticize them. The trauma got held in your body. So when you go and be with it and let it know that you love it no matter what, you're going to be with it no matter what happens. Sometimes that's enough to have it shift. Get inside of it. Let it be as it is before you ask it to change. It's kind of like if a child is trying to get our attention and tell us that there's a problem or that they need something, and we push them away, they're just going to hug your leg and scream louder. And that ends up being chronic illness, divorce, and life crash, which happened to me, where my whole life, first my health, then my career, then my marriage, crashed in 9 months. And for 9 years after that, I still didn't know how to use the symmetry in whatever was upsetting me as a path to peace, which is what I teach now. But the first step to teaching that is to notice the feelings and be with them, and notice the thinking too, the thinking that's ramping up the feelings, but not just do only the mindful thing where you notice it, thinking, let it go. If it's grabbing hold of you and wants your attention, bring it up, acknowledge it. When you get up out of bed in the morning, write it down, and then you can apply this no matter what way to it. These simple ways of letting your mind see the errors in its logic. Sometimes I call it heart minding, where you care that you're hurting and you engage your conscious mind in being able to actually let go of the thinking, because it sort of has seen that it's not believable anymore. So when you can do that, everything changes. It's an amazing way to start the day, to start acknowledging that stuff, and the thinking doesn't keep coming back. It gets taken care of, and you stay with it. Whatever part comes up, you're right there with it and for it. And yes, I do this first thing in the morning, and it kicks off my day as the curious, compassionate caretaker of these littlest parts of me. We're so used to handing them off to others. It's kind of like you've got a toddler and you hand it over to somebody and say, here, take care of the baby. And they're like, I can't take care of the baby. I can barely take care of my own baby. And they set the baby on the floor. and it's screaming and crying, and instead of just picking it up, you try to get them to pick it up, or you try to get life to change or something to make it feel better, when in fact it's the erroneous assumptions that you made when you were little that are causing you to feel worried or scared or anxious or upset to start with, and you're the one that can help with that. So it's an amazing way to start the day, just to let those littlest parts of you know, I belong to you, you belong to me. There's nothing you can do to drive me away. And I'm going to be here with, by, and for you no matter what. That's my definition of self-solidarity. So enjoy what I call doing this beyond mindfulness map. I've got even an 8-page PDF where it's got the little gingerbread man, and you can actually draw on it where you're holding these day after day after day. What's going on in your body? What are the thoughts that are sliding in there every morning and throwing off your day? And pretty soon you see those patterns, you see through those patterns, you set them free, they can go out to play. A flood of clarity and creativity and action and freedom comes in. All right, love you. Mwah. Try that habit every morning, and if you're not sure what to do, reach out to me anytime. Take care. Bye-bye.